This is so cool, man. So I'm in Cursor right now, but I'm actually using Claude inside Cursor. And if you look here on the left side, I have not the CLI version of Claude, but this is the plugin version. And it's running within the agent now. But let me just show you what I'm doing. It's kind of cool, man. So my problem is I'm working on a client site that has a bunch of projects with content, images. That site's an old site. I'm rebuilding a site, brand new site for them. And right now it's about 12 different pages. Um, you know, we're lazy, right? So we don't want to have to pull up all of that data manually one by one. So what I ended up doing was, um, let's see, I'll show you. So I used Firecrawl real quick. We did a quick crawl. So it actually crawled the URL. So in this case, this is the main URL. Pulled up 31 URLs. Um, so I can now see all the different URLs endpoints for this website. And I specifically am looking for, the project URLs. So I grabbed all of these different URLs and gave them to Claude and asked to help me scrape a lot of that data. So essentially, we have a plan now. The plan is we're going to go ahead and create essentially, we're doing scraping the project pages, setting up the scraping script, and we're creating an actual scrape script that's going to pull that data using Puppeteer. Goes through, installs dependencies, creates the scraper script. Then we run the script, and then hopefully we can actually see some data. So let's take a look. The awesome thing is that it actually reviewed my code, reviewed my projects, my current projects on the new site, and it looks for my data projects and my data files. And it'll start comparing that data with the new data that we're scraping in, and it'll start mapping those data points in the right places. And essentially, the endpoint will be to create the actual project pages on the site. So we should be able to do that probably within 30 minutes. Usually, that process would have taken us hours or multiple days. So with AI and Claude, everything is done within 30 minutes. So let's take a look and see what happens. So while we wait here, let me show you what this should look like. So I'm going to run the dev environment, show you what the site looks like now. Essentially, what we want to do is we want to build out this portfolio page. We do have a few. This was actually brought in with Claude already. So we already built this page with images, content, project details, gallery. So this was all brought in via Claude already. And then I have a bunch of like just dummy projects now. So essentially, we'll remove all of these and we'll replace them with all of our new content. Cool thing is they'll actually be tagged with categories and slugs. So they'll match up with all of our different service categories. And our services are, essentially residential, commercial, public safety, institutional, and public. So every project will be mapped to that. So when you click on that, it'll actually only show you those specific projects. So it'll be pretty cool. Where are we at with this? Let's see. Yeah, it's still running. It's about 12 different URLs with project data, so it's taking a little longer than I imagined, but it's also building out the script. So, oh, cool. So we already have the scrape data, which is a great thing. The reason why Claude is actually creating the script is because the old site is a Wix site. So Wix doesn't allow you to just scrape the data because it's using JavaScript on the back end. So we'll have to do a little more tinkering with that. But I'm hoping by the end of this process, we'll be able to actually see some data, and we'll map it out to the different categories and different project pages, and then actually generate the project pages themselves. Another cool thing that I've found in Cursor is that we can actually do the preview within Cursor now, so I don't even have to launch a browser to see the preview. So I'll just grab this URL, my local URL. Let's see. Oops. And then Command Shift P, just type in browser. So Cursor now has integrated browser. So this is really cool because we don't even have to leave Cursor to be able to see the actual page and changes that we're making. So this whole site has been built using AI. I've been using a combination of Lovable, Cursor, and Claude. I was able to generate a lot of the main infrastructure with Lovable. And then I've been working on different just features with Claude. So Claude's been actually my workhorse for, a lot of the bigger features for the project. But if you look here, we have services, we have service pages. So a lot of content. This is going to be an SEO powerhouse of a site. So high conversion, SEO. We have locations, adding different locations for their service map. And we have location pages as well, specific to the location that they serve. Every single page is SEO optimized. I'm really proud of the team. The team page is pretty cool. I love it. Cool. All right. So what is Claude telling us? All right. Cool. So we're also cleaning up any old placeholder projects that are no longer needed, and we're running to build the verify. Cool. So Claude is actually going into our current project and removing anything that we do not need. Awesome. Yeah, this looks amazing. I mean, this process would have taken me, without AI and Claude, it would have taken me roughly at least a few days to get this done, from start to finish, pulling all that data, scraping all that data manually. So this is definitely a great improvement. Cool. Um, and if you look here on the left, man, like you can actually see Cursor going through all the different updates on the plans. So, initially we created the plan. We had a to-do list for the plan. So it's actually going through each one um, and checking off as we complete that specific task. Awesome. All right. So all tasks completed successfully. Here's a summary of what we've done. Scraped 14 projects from the old website. We added each one of them to the projects.ts file, which is my data file that contains all the different projects. It actually creates the project name and title, category, location, and we went ahead and created a Puppeteer scraper to handle all the dynamic content. Extracted the data, so we actually extracted the project titles, description, images from each page. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. It actually pulled in images, I believe, with the image URL. Initially, I thought it would only pull the image URL, but that would be really awesome if it pulls the images. Cleaned and formatted the data to match what our project interface has. And just so you know, like our project data file was already created prior to this. So we already had a structure for the project. So it kind of just added those and matched those up. We removed the old placeholder projects with unsplash images. Perfect. And use, okay, cool, awesome. This is great. And built verified successfully. All right. Well, this looks great. So let's take a look. Holy shit. Here we go. So we have some projects, legit projects. Cool. So this all looks really good. I'm sure I'm going to have to do some cleanup, but this already looks fucking amazing. So let's go into one of these projects. So let's go into the Canyon residence. Wow. This is amazing. So it actually pulled in the image, brand new image, categorized everything into the different sections, title, text, project gallery. Oh my God, it even pulled in project galleries and matched them up. This is, my God, AI and Claude are badass. Project details. We got project details. That looks really good. I mean, there's a little bit of cleaning up that we might have to do, but this is already like 100 times better than what I had initially. Wow, this is amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually save this session and script because I know that I'm gonna have to do this again for this site and maybe other projects. So I'll be able to reuse that script and the process so I can use it again. This is amazing, guys. Let me see it on the page, what it looks like. All right, let's refresh. Yep, awesome. So here they are. These are all the different projects that are available. Let's take a look at this one, Civic. Wow, yeah, this is amazing, dude. Oh my gosh, so cool. Yep, pulled in everything. And the cool thing is that it even categorizes them, so it has them under the different slug. So when you go to the portfolio, I'm gonna have to modify a lot of this stuff. Commercials under commercials, civic, all projects, residential projects. Yeah, this is really cool. Well, I'm really happy with this. This really saved me a lot of time. So just now you know how to do that. Enjoy.